Hey everybody, how's it going today? It's me, Captain Energy, and today I wanted to talk to you about my bass playing journey. As you may know, if you're part of the channel, if you've been here for a little bit, I've been experimenting with some different basses. I tried out the uku bass, or the ukulele bass, rather, U-bass, that's it. I tried out the U-bass, and that was interesting, but I did not like the big sausagey, giant thunder gut strings that were on there that were, not much thinner than my pinky. The big one was gigantic. It was very weird. I didn't like the texture of them. I didn't like the way they felt. I did like the way they sounded, but they weren't very playable. And I was torn about that device because I thought, well, maybe if I get better strings for it, whatever. And I decided not to, just because if I changed them, I might have not been able to return the device. And it was about I think it was $250, something like that. And so I was like, yeah, I'm just going to return it, whatever. I did get myself an Ibanez, which I love. And that is the Joe Satriani looking Ibanez, but they have a $400 version of it, which I will be bringing on the channel eventually. I'm just not quite there yet. That bass is amazing. It's electric and it's really cool, sounds really nice, and I like the way it feels. I like the weight of it. Everything about it I love. So I am 100% happy with that purchase, and for $400 I don't think you could do much better than that Ibanez. But my quest was to find something pretty playable and inexpensive. That was what I kind of wanted to do in this part of it, because I'm not a bass player per se. You know what I mean? I play around with basses. I play guitar. It was my main instrument when I was younger, but I'm not an amazing, I'm not Eddie Van Halen. I'm not Yngwie Malmsteen or Joe Satriani or Steve Vai or any of them. I do all right. You know what I mean? I'm mostly rhythm, basically, but I always thought bass would be a fun instrument to play, and primarily because I've been doing some music with my keyboards that has had bass to it, and I thought to myself, I'm doing some like funky disco type music. It'd be really cool to have a real bass in there, because there's just something about a real bass that's hard to replicate on keyboards. So I thought I would get involved and get my hands in on a bass. That's the short story. Anyway, so I decided to look around, and the $100 and $400 synth bass is the answer for me. But I was like, there's got to be one that's like a good beginner bass that, doesn't bust open your wallet. $400 is kind of steep for some people. I think it's not super steep for me. It's not, it's not nothing. $400 that's my kind of, when it comes to guitars, $400 to $600 is kind of my range. You know what I mean? I will say $300 to $600. That's my range. I don't want to pay more than $600 ever, because I'm not that good of a guitar player. And $300 is kind of where I usually go, anything less than $300 is probably not going to last, So, but I decided to check out this other guitar, this other bass guitar. Now, enter the, what's this company called? Better Choice Products, okay? This guitar, now don't mind the fingerprints, sorry about that. This guitar, it's an acoustic electric, 4-string guitar, okay? The thickness is very nice. It's not super thick. I mean, you probably can't tell because it looks really thick by the camera, but it's a probably 3/4 thick dreadnought type, body. I can reach my hand around it, like that thing, which is pretty good. It tells me it's about, I'm going to say 4 inches thick, okay? It's all wood construction. It's got a truss rod, and it's a basic bass. It's the electronics. It even has electric pickup, or an electric pickup inside of it. Not a pickup, but like a mic, like a contact mic. The electronics, I feel like, could have been better. They're not great. But this thing only costs $100. I made a slight adjustment to the neck. It comes with the Allen wrench that fits the truss rod. And it sounds pretty good, I think, personally. When I got it, it had a peel on the pick guard. It had peels on the tuning keys. The tuning keys they're not a name brand. They're probably generic, and they may need to be replaced eventually. My one complaint, and it's not a big one, is that you'll notice on the bridge down here, right here on the bridge, where normally they would sand or file the edges down so they're kind of like a slope C type cut in. These are left at a sharp 90-degree, like straight angle, and that's a bit of a disappointment. But I mean, it's the kind of thing you could fix if you wanted to. You want to get crazy with it. The thing feels pretty rugged. I mean, it feels like a pretty good guitar for $100. I don't think you're gonna get much better than this. For $9 more, you can get the one that comes with a zip case. It comes with like a carry bag and a few picks and whatnot. So for $9, you can get a case for it and everything. Given that case is probably not going to last a long time, so it might be made of plastic. I don't know what it's made of. And if you read I'll put the link to this down below. It comes in 3 colors, black, blue, which is what I chose. I have a black guitar and my other bass is black and silver, so I figured I'd go with blue just because I love blue. I do love blue. Black, blue, red, those are my colors, you know what I mean? I got the blue one because I wanted to try it out. The action on this thing feels really good. I could not, you're not going to be able to tell how low it is, but it's pretty low. No, you're not going to be able to tell, but it's pretty low. It's in the strings just feel really good. You can get them right down there. The intonation sounds good. Everything feels really good on it. The neck feels good. Everything. The width of the neck is great. Normally, I don't like guitars that are fully painted. I usually like to see the grain through, but I don't know what the grain's going to look like on this thing anyway. So, I mean, it's a factory-made, it feels like factory-made guitar. The inside looks like decent wood. I don't know what it's made of. It resonates pretty good. Now, what I will say, and a comment that was in the description of this guitar, because one of the people who also purchased it, it's got all good reviews, okay? It doesn't have really many bad reviews at all. The couple people who didn't like it were people who thought that somehow they'd found the magic bullet and were buying like a Taylor or a Gibson for $100. Well, you're not. It's a $100 guitar. You know what I mean? If I were going around and say I was going camping a lot, okay? This is exactly the kind of guitar I'd want to take with me. Why? Because one, it's $100. It's not terribly expensive. It sounds good. I can practice anywhere. It's electric and acoustic, so if someone happens to have an amp, I can plug in. If they don't, I can just play it and practice anyway. The action is good, really good, and it feels like every other bass, so it's a great practice bass. So whatever habits you can develop on this are transferable to a better piece of equipment. And it's not expensive in the sense like that if in the event I was camping and got attacked by a bear and needed to defend myself with it, I don't know, or I need to use it to row a boat, it doesn't matter. I mean, the point is that you could use it, and then whatever. It's not going to be a family heirloom. It's not something you're going to hand down to, generation to generation, but it's something you're going to have for a while. I mean, I've seen guitars like this in various families and that type of thing, where it's like you bought it for a kid, it's been there for 20 years, it's still sitting there in the corner of a room with two strings on it because, they never bother to replace the strings on these guitars. For some reason, parents, when they buy their kids these actual instruments that, happen to be at like a catalog place or whatever, they don't think that they ever need to replace the strings. The strings will break and they'll just, if the kid isn't seriously playing it, the parents just kind of are like, just play it with 5. You're fine. But yeah, I mean, it's a good sounding little bass, and it has strap locks on it already, so you're ready to rock if you want to put a strap on it. I'm just saying, if you're looking for an all right bass to learn to play with, to kick around the house with, like I bought it for 2 reasons. Also, well, one, to kick around the house and be able to play it. Just to practice with. I'm going to use my Ibanez to record with. But, this is going to sound crazy, but my wife likes the sound of the acoustic bass that I had, the little U bass, and she has trouble sleeping a lot. So I was playing it, and she really liked the sound of it, the resonating sound of it, and it helped her sleep. That's just listening to me practice on it, noodling around on that bass. So I figured I would get myself a new bass for $100, acoustic bass, and it sounds pretty damn good, and be using it to, play while she's relaxing, to hopefully help her relax a little more. I know that's a goofy reason, but I'm just telling you, it's a nice little bass for $100. You can't beat it. Anyway, I'll put the link to it down below in the description. Thanks for hanging out with me. I just wanted to kind of share this with you if you wanted to see what I'm up to with this, my bass journey. This is part of it now, and this guy is going to stay. I really just enjoy the feel of it and the whole, experience playing it. It's got a little EQ on here. I will say the electronics, by the way, are kind of, they're kind of junky feeling. If you're not really looking for like something to perform with, this will be fine. The electronics are not awesome. They feel like $100 guitar. Everything else about this feels like a $200 guitar. So, it feels good, plays well, sounds good out of the acoustic, the hole in the middle here. But let's just hear it through the pickups or through the contact mic. All right, so what's the end result of me playing around with this guitar? I think it sounds pretty darn good. For the money, I don't think you're going to do better. No one gave me this. I paid for it out of my own pocket, so it's not like I'm promoting something I don't believe in. I think it's a decent guitar. Like I said, the tuning gears, basically the tuning pegs, will probably need to be replaced by something a little better. They're pretty standard, though. The holes, everything looks pretty standard. I should be able to get replacements reasonably. or whatever. I mean, we have to pay like $50 or whatever for them. That's still probably better than what's in there. The ones that are in there, I don't know. They don't hold the tuning super well. They do all right, but it will be on the list of things that I do mod on this thing. And as far as the pickup, the contact mic device that's in there, I think personally that's pretty much junk. I mean, I've heard better sounding pickups in toys. Basically, better sounding pickups in toy guitars. So, maybe this qualifies as a toy guitar. $100 might not be really something you'd consider an actual instrument. I don't know, but definitely a student instrument, I would say, and absolutely worth getting your hands on if you're looking for something for the first time. You have nothing, and you're looking for something that will get you started playing bass. It feels good to play, so regardless of whether it sounds awesome or not, it still feels great to play, and it's good. The frets are good distance for practice. Everything, it's as a perfect practice instrument. And I would definitely buy this over one of those goofy bars that people practice on that are like this long, and they sit there playing on like a little piece of 2x4 type thing, whatever. I'd buy something like this to learn on over something like that. At least I can play this and make some music with it. Let me know what you think of the device in the comments. And again, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. I'll talk to you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye for now.